My computer has decided that it's wanting to have a heart attack today, so it's just gonna be like really loud in the background. Hi. Do you miss when YouTube videos were just people sitting and chatting and not an entire film production? Well, congratulations. I don't have the money nor the time to be able to have all that equipment, so I've got my old, was once top of the line mic, simple camera setup, and my laptop. So that's what we're gonna be working with. So, nostalgia? Why am I doing this video? I keep coming up with all of these different ideas and I go through the entire thing in my head and then I never do it. I never have enough time. I don't feel like I've earned the right to do it. Somebody has probably already talked about this and has done it better, and I just lose all motivation. Plus, I'm not good at scripts, so I want to say stuff off the top of my head. I lay in bed and think about it, and wow, that was great. What was it I said? So I have a really hard time with the idea of doing videos, and I decided, screw it, I'm gonna do it anyway. So if you watch all of this, thank you. If you don't, I totally understand, but I'm still gonna put it out there. Today's topic, I got asked if you could take any character from anything that would never ever actually make it into Dead by Daylight, who would it be? I picked Rosa Diaz. Yes, that Rosa Diaz. And then they asked me, okay, killer or survivor? Ooh, okay. Improv brain immediately kicked in. So I'm going to tell you why. You didn't ask? Doesn't matter. But I thought it was a fun idea, so I'm going to go over my reason why. And I don't care if it makes sense. I thought this was a fun idea. Rosa Diaz. We'll start with her being a killer. So Rosa Diaz, of course, leaves being a police officer and becomes a PI instead. Let's take it up after the show ends. Jake Peralta has left. They're still friends. Rosa goes over there to his place one day to go see his friend. And while they're talking, someone breaks in to their home. Jake, being his laughy, goofy self, doesn't think anything of it, and an individual in all black with a brand on their arm and a tattoo on their hand slits his throat in front of Rosa. And before she can react, before she can do anything, this figure flees out of the window again. Rosa breaks. She starts hunting down this symbol that she saw on this individual's hand because they didn't even try to hide it. They weren't wearing gloves or anything, and she has lost all faith in the police. So she begins hunting down anything dealing with this symbol and finds out that there are safe houses. Rosa decides that this figure cannot hide if there's nowhere for them to hide, and proceeds to take out all of these safe houses. Use your imagination. One of these days, she finally corners the individual she believes killed Peralta. As she approaches the figure that she believes killed Peralta, a fog rolls into the room surrounding her, taking her away from everything that she knew. So in this scenario, we would get Rosa as a killer, and interestingly, a member of the Black Veil as a survivor. What would Rosa's killer thing be? Well, her M1, in my opinion, would be a pair of brass knuckles. She just decks the crap out of you. That's what she does. Rosa would have a unique ability for her secondary weapon where she opens a locker and she can pick any weapon type. Thrown axes, harpoon gun, whatever, because Rosa was always known for her array of weapons collection. So it would be interesting to have a killer that can pull out different types of weapons for their special attack. Of course, there's a cooldown period, so she can't just immediately switch to the next one. She has to stick with what she has for the time being. Doesn't need to make sense. It's what's in my head. Okay, so Survivor Rosa. Same scenario. She goes to see Jake. She is a PI now. He gets killed by a Black Veil member. But because she doesn't trust the police to be able to catch this individual because they refuse to believe her when she says that she thinks it's cult related or some kind of gang, she decides to take the case up on her own. She starts hearing about these safe houses and places where these individuals are hiding, and she starts going, trying to gather evidence on her own, get pictures, whatever. But whenever she finally thinks she gets to an area where the figure is, they've cleaned out. Finally, one day she gets to one of the safe houses and there is a file laying on a desk. She's very suspicious of it, but it is the closest thing to a lead that she's gotten that is concrete physical proof. As she approaches the desk, picking up the file, looking through it, a fog emerges wrapping around Diaz, but also the figure that she didn't see coming up behind her, the Black Veil member. In this scenario, we would have Rosa as a survivor and the Black Veil member as a killer, since they're constantly being hinted at, but we haven't had anything concrete with them in a while. When it comes to perks and stuff like that for Rosa, I don't really have anything. She's a very feisty character. She is not helpless, and I love the idea of her having a more pushback ability where she can get away or make life very difficult for the killer. So, yeah, quick video. Just wanted to go over my random idea. What about for you? What would a killer or survivor from anything out there that you know would never make it in, who would it be? You don't have to have a good reason. You don't have to have an entire backstory, just a wishful thinking kind of thing. I still personally love this game. I don't play it much, but I'm going to try to get back into it. I personally think that a lot of the updates have been phenomenal. They keep surprising me with how they listen to the community, and the killers and survivors they've been releasing have been fantastic. Yeah, tell me if you want me to play more over on Twitch even. I don't know. But thank you for joining me and listening to this random idea, and I hope to do this more often. Bye!